My wife and I were both scraping by, married for 3 years, pinching every penny. Even when my socks got a hole, she'd say just patch it up and keep wearing them, no need to buy new ones. Then I accidentally found out that on her ex's birthday, she gifted him a Rolls Royce. Turns out she was the daughter of Seattle's richest tycoon, heir to $1 billion fortune. I got home late from work, showered, and sat on the bed scrolling through my phone when a push notification popped up that hit me like a heart attack. Hot Hollywood actor Ryan Blake gets mystery heiress's gift, a $5 million luxury car for his birthday. I rubbed my eyes, my fingers shaking as I zoomed in on the photo. The woman was only in profile, but after 3 years of marriage, I knew it was my wife, Emily Harper, right away. There's that distinct little birthmark behind her ear. $5 million was an astronomical number to me. Just a few days ago, my socks had a hole, and she said patch them up, no need for new ones. I thought about it and figured she was right. Save where we can, since we're broke. Now I could barely breathe. Emily and I met online. After chatting for a couple months, we met in person, hit it off instantly, and started dating. Then on Valentine's Day, I proposed and handed over my bank card to her. She said yes. Emily told me she was an orphan, grew up in a foster home, no family, had it rough from the start. She said she'd been scammed by a friend, ended up with over $100,000 in debt. The apartment we lived in was rented. I covered the rent every month and all the daily expenses too. I worked days at my job, nights delivering food via Uber Eats. Half my pay went to household stuff, the other half to paying off her debt. Last night, after we hooked up, she hugged me and said, "Honey, thanks for giving me a home. Without you, I wouldn't be this happy. We'll work hard together. Things will get better." Toward the end, she even cried. "If only I didn't have this debt, you wouldn't have to bust your ass like this." "Honey, I'm sorry." I patted her head to comfort her. "Babe, don't be sad. As long as I'm with you, I'm happy." Back then, I was thinking I was the luckiest guy in the world. Emily was gorgeous, sweet, and innocent, totally devoted to me. The perfect wife. As long as we hustled, life would improve. Staring at that photo, my eyes welled up. Suddenly, I got a text from Emily. "Honey, I'm working late tonight. Don't wait up. Go to bed." Emily waitressed at a local diner. If I hadn't seen that photo, I'd have bought it hook, line, and sinker that she was pulling an all-nighter. I didn't get why she'd lied to me. I didn't sleep a wink that night, and Emily didn't come home either. After washing up, I skipped breakfast and headed out in a daze, and as I stepped outside, I spotted a familiar figure across the street. I ducked behind a tree quick. Emily got out of a Bentley, swapped her fancy evening gown from last night for cheap jeans and a tee. Then a middle-aged guy handed her a bag respectfully. It was my favorite. Fresh bagels and coffee. She took it, and right then a car pulled up in front. The guy who got out, I recognized. He was the CEO of a big tech firm. My buddy worked there. He approached Emily, all bows and nods. Emily looked bored, barely acknowledged him. My friend said his boss was a big shot. Why was he acting so subservient around her? Emily called me when she got home. I stared at the caller ID labeled wife, my vision blurring, took a deep breath, and picked up. "Honey, I'm home from work. Got your favorite bagels and coffee. Got stuff going on. I'm at the office early. Eat without me." Her voice sounded down. "Okay then, honey. I'll make you something good when you get home." I mumbled yeah and hung up. Then I texted work for the day off. I wasn't going in. I had to tail Emily, see where she really worked, figure this out. There's a coffee shop across the way. I grabbed a spot. Around noon, Emily came out. She got in that Bentley. I threw on a mask and hat, hustled to the curb, flagged a cab, and followed. We ended up at this swanky restaurant. The Bentley pulled up. Valet rushed over to open the door. Emily tossed him the keys, like she was a regular. I trailed her carefully, watched her enter a private room. Inside were a few young women, all decked out in bling, looking like trust fund kids. I pulled out my phone, pretended to take a call in the hall. They ordered a ton. Lobster, king crab, foie gras. I'd only seen that stuff on cooking shows. At home, Emily wouldn't even toss leftovers. Said save Em for next time. Soon laughter echoed from the room. "Ms. Harper, seeing you in those rags cracks me up. You're the heiress to billions. How long are you going to keep this charade up? You didn't actually fall for that broke loser Alex Thompson, did you?" I heard Emily shoot back. "Are you kidding? He's just a toy, not worth my heart." I told him I had over $100,000 in debt, and he started paying it off with me. Never met a guy so dumb and lovesick. The room erupted in laughs, like they were all mocking my stupidity. In that moment, it felt like someone stabbed me in the chest, blood pouring out. I thought I was her true love, but I was just her plaything. Our happy marriage? All an act she put on. Emily wasn't an orphan at all. The scam story and debt were lies. She was the daughter of Seattle's richest mogul. Then someone else piped up. Oh yeah, I heard Ryan Blake was thrilled with that Rolls Royce you sent him, thinking about rekindling things. If he knew you were married, he'd be heartbroken, right? Who cares? Ryan dumped Ms. Harper back then to chase Hollywood dreams. Serves him right. You guys don't know Ms. Harper married that broke dude just to get back at Ryan. My body shook, nearly collapsed. She didn't love me. She used me as revenge bait against another guy. That Ryan guy was her first love. Back then, her parents didn't want him pursuing acting, so he dumped her. After that, Emily decided all men were trash, started toying with their feelings, cycling through boyfriends, and finally picked a guy to marry for revenge on Ryan. But she hid her identity to avoid gold diggers, found an average Joe to wed, and I was the idiot she played like a fiddle. Ryan wronged her, not me. Why trample my dignity, my feelings like this? Suffocation hit me. I turned to leave when I heard someone ask Emily inside. Ms. Harper, what if Alex finds out who you are? Emily's voice dripped scorn. He's too busy hustling to support me and pay my debts. Comes home and scavenges discount groceries to cook for me. Even if he finds out, no biggie. He won't get a dime of my money. I got ways to make him divorce quietly. Not a penny. I clenched my fists, looked up and saw a sharply dressed guy approach. It was Ryan Blake. As he entered, everyone started gushing about how young and hot he looked. A waiter brought food. Door opened. I glimpsed Ryan sit next to Emily, their eyes locking, all lovey-dovey. Ryan's gaze burned. Love the car, thanks, Em. Emily smirked. Glad you like it. She was so generous to her ex. $5 million car, no sweat. But my socks with a hole? Too cheap to replace. I didn't stick around for more, stumbled out of the restaurant, nearly tripped down the steps. On the street, I broke down, covering my face and sobbing. For 3 years, I'd loved Emily with everything I had. Worried about her waitressing too hard. I'd make her smoothies or soups to keep her healthy. At work, I'd skip takeout, eat ramen and sandwiches to save cash, transfer it to her to clear the debt faster. What a fool I was. It got dark. When I got home, Emily was in the kitchen cooking. She heard me, poked her head out with a smile. Honey, you're back. Dinner's ready. Emily in her apron, crammed in our tiny kitchen stirring pots. Hard to picture her as a tycoon's daughter, billionaire heiress. As she cooked, she said, Honey, the salmon was super fresh today, and the guy at the market knocked $2 off. Oh, and I sold that pile of recyclables I'd saved up for half a month. Made $68 after groceries. I got 5 left. I shut my eyes, my heart twisting. She really went all out for this act in front of me. Looking at the spread, 4 dishes and soup, before I'd have jumped on her, hugging and calling her the best wife ever. Now it just felt ironic. Thinking back to what I overheard in that private room at lunch, I clenched my fists. Turns out Emily learned to cook just for Ryan. But she told me she picked it up after we got married. She said she'd had no one to care for her growing up. Always hungry, cold, bullied. If not for some kind stranger sponsoring her, she wouldn't have made it. Hearing that stuff, I'd felt so bad for her. Never guessed not a word was true, all lies, including that she loved me. At that thought, my eyes reddened. Emily came out with the dishes, saw my red eyes, set them down quick, and came over, looking worried. Honey, did something happen at work? You get chewed out. When I didn't answer, she frowned. Talk to me. Who messed with you? Seeing you like this breaks my heart. All those honeys, her pretty face all tense like she really cared. Was she a trash can? So good at pretending. My lips trembled as I asked, Emily, do you love me? She smiled softly. Of course I do. You're the love of my life. I stared into her eyes, remembering her words at the restaurant, each one a bullet through my heart. She looked down on me, saw me as a toy, worthless trash. Maybe just a stepping stone to win back her ex. So her saying she loved me now? It made me sick. She was so fake. Emily reached to hug me. I stepped back, wiped my eyes, stared hard. Emily, you're a hell of an actress. She tried to play dumb. Honey, what are you talking about? I grabbed my phone, pulled up the pic I'd saved last night, showed her, choking up, Ms. Harper, had enough fun? Emily's smile froze. After a beat, she composed herself. No guilt at all for being exposed. Her love for me was all an act. This was the real her. High and mighty, selfish, cold. Her tone mocked. Guess you really are head over heels. Recognized me from a side profile. I froze, then exploded. Emily, you don't deserve my love. You scum. I shook with rage, pulled the divorce papers I'd prepped from my bag, tossed them at her. We're done. Emily looked surprised, picked up the papers, flipped through like she couldn't believe it, double-checked. Because I hadn't asked for any money. She eyed me. So you know who I am, and you're not even asking for alimony? I didn't want to waste another word. Sign it now. All I wanted was divorce, never see her again. Her phone rang. She answered, frowned at whatever was said, Ree, don't cry. I'm coming right over. Hung up, untied her apron, looked ready to bolt. I pressed my lips. Emily signed the damn papers. No time. She didn't glance at me, strode out. I felt like I'd fallen into ice. She lied, toyed with me. No remorse at all. Even now with me wanting divorce, she brushed it off. Didn't even look back. Just for her ex's call. My heart died. 10 minutes later, I packed all her stuff, left it with the doorman, texted her, and said meet at the courthouse tomorrow at 9 sharp. Back home, seeing the food, I dumped it all in the trash. Next morning at 9, I was at the courthouse on time, but half an hour passed. No Emily. I called. No answer. Texted. Nothing. About to call again when a notification popped up on X. Last night, Ryan Blake got mobbed by fans at an event, knocked down, minor concussion. Emily spent the whole night at the hospital with him. Paparazzi snapped pics. His fans called them the perfect couple, meant to be. Emily didn't deny it, basically admitted. But we weren't divorced yet. She was still married. Plus, she'd been dumped once, and here she was back for more. That evening, I got home from work, and, surprise, Emily in the living room, in pricey designer clothes, looking out of place in our cramped rental. She'd left in a rush yesterday, forgot to get her key back. She had the nerve to come back. I flung the door wide. Get out. Emily looked at me. Alex, don't be stubborn and suffer for it. I kept my face cold. Give back the key. This place isn't for you. And tomorrow at 9, courthouse. No excuses this time. Emily eyed me smug. Don't think I don't know you're playing hard to get. Those papers saying you want nothing? Just to get my attention. Besides, a catch like me. You won't find another? How could you really walk away? My back stiffened. She truly looked down on me. Thought I'd be thrilled to have climbed her level. She was wrong. Emily, if I could, I'd wish I'd never met you. If you bail tomorrow, I'll file in court. Seeing I was serious. No joke. Her face darkened. Alex, you gone broke and stupid? You know how many guys would kill for a glance from me. And you're pushing for divorce. She laughed at my ignorance, but I laughed at her not getting what love is. Real love doesn't flip with money. Emily, you know I'd rather you were that debt-ridden girl than a lying heiress. I did love you, but that you was fake, made up. Not the real you. She didn't buy it. Alex dropped the high and mighty act. I picked you out of thousands. It's your honor. Not every guy gets me setting up this whole scheme, acting for 3 years. Be grateful. Her condescending face made me want to ask if her conscience was gone, but I was done talking. I pointed at the door. Leave now or I call the cops. She'd never been treated like this. Face fell, turned black, and left. I hadn't told my mom about Emily yet. After Dad died, she raised me alone, tough. I worried she'd take the divorce hard. Figured I'd tell her later. But I didn't expect Ryan to show up. Morning, heading to work, there he was at my door. Ryan looked down his nose at me. You're Alex? Yeah, Eureka broke. He was in all designer streetwear. My outfit cost under $200 total. So he oozed superiority. Name your price to divorce him. I didn't know what Emily told him to make him think I was holding out, but I owed him no explanation. As I tried to leave, he grabbed me. I don't care how you trick her into marrying you. She's mine. Keep dragging this, and you'll regret it. No matter how rotten our marriage, legally we were still hitched. Not his place to bully me. I said coldly, this is private. But he spat curses. Your dad dead, or what? Didn't teach you not to covet what's mine? I warn you, divorce her now. I snapped, slapped him hard. He could trash me, but not my dad. That's my line. Ryan clutched his face, about to blow up, but switched to pitiful. Mr. Thompson, I didn't mean to upset you. He and Emily were a match, both Oscar-worthy actors. Then a sharp voice, Alex, what the hell? I turned. Emily storming over, furious. Then she slapped Ryan too. If she hadn't faked being poor, lied, and dodged the divorce, I wouldn't be in this mess. Me slapping Ryan in front of her pissed her off more. Alex, I smirked. You asked what I'm doing this. Seeing her face sour, the knot in my chest eased a bit. She called me, no class. Whatever, against shameless people like them, no mercy. Ryan grabbed her arm, whiny, and don't get mad. Alex probably loves you too much, doesn't want to lose you. He just called me the other man. Emily glanced at me. The unloved one's the real third wheel. Stone-faced, I didn't love her anymore. Her words bounced off, but the drama finally pushed her to divorce. If I'd known she ate that up, I'd have slapped Ryan a few more times earlier. The day I got the divorce decree, I felt lighter all over. A failed marriage isn't the end. Key is cutting losses quick. Emily wired me an extra 10 grand, called it compensation. I laughed at the amount. She was so stingy. I supported her for 3 years, and to her, that's worth just $10K. I didn't take it, sent it right back. Gotta have some pride. After that, work became my everything. I hustled to save for a house, bring mom over to live with me. This morning at the office, a coworker sidled up with gossip. Ryan Blake got exposed by paparazzi yesterday. Turns out he had shady hookups with multiple sugar mamas. That's how he scored all those big roles. His current heiress girlfriend found out. Dump him hard. I hadn't checked on Emily or Ryan in ages. Figured they'd tie the knot by now. Hearing this, I just chuckled like any celeb scandal. None of my business. After work, stepping out, I saw a woman buy a Ferrari. Emily spotted me, rushed over all smiles. Al, let me give you a ride home. I ignored her, stone-faced. Why was this woman gone for 2-3 months back? Did she split with Ryan and think I'd take her? I'm no recycling bin. As I walked, she blocked me. Al, still mad at me? I looked coldly. Emily, we're divorced, no ties. She put on her loving act again. I messed up before, sorry Al. I apologize. After everything, I realize you're the one who loved me most. Now I just want us together. Let's remarry. I watched her perform, felt nothing but amusement. She thought one beckon and I'd run back thrilled. Yeah, that's how she saw it. Her lowering herself to coax me. I should obey. With me, you can live in my mansion, add your name to the deed. I'll give you an allowance monthly. No more work. I stared coldly. Even now, she thought I was Bible with cash. Seeing me quiet, she figured I was wavering, kept going. Alex, think straight. This is your one shot at the good life, or you're stuck in that rental forever. She knew my dream was owning a home. Emily, you're disgusting. Listen, from the moment I knew you lied, I was done. You liar, get lost. I figured after that tongue lashing, she'd vanish. But no, she waited downstairs from work daily, ordered me lunch takeout too. Coworkers asked who was chasing me. I smiled, tossed the food in the trash, a ghost. A good ex should act dead. Emily showed at my door with gifts. I saw the box logo, the electric razor I'd wanted, over $1,000. She was splurging this time. I tossed it off the balcony in front of her. She looked hurt, stopped the gifts after. Soon, layoffs it, I was on the list. To dodge her harassment, I headed back to my hometown. Mom didn't blame me for the divorce, said fate's what it is. Emily wasn't right, good riddance. Worried about my mood, she cooked up all kind of comfort food daily. In a week home, I gained 5 pounds. Then I job hunted, landed a designer gig quick, but boss was my old high school classmate, Sarah Jenkins. I'd majored in interior design in college, but post-grad took whatever paid fast, not in the field. Sarah was still sweet and thoughtful as ever. Besides design work, she put me in charge of the whole studio, busy but fulfilling. Sarah and I got close, sometimes grabbed dinner after work. No boss airs, we chatted great. If Emily hadn't shown up, my vibe would have stayed good. Emily glared at me like I cheated. Alex, this why you turn me down? Then she eyed Sarah, sneered. A woman like her isn't worth my pinky nail. I fumed. She'd insulted Sarah. Emily, don't you dare talk about Sarah like that. She's 1,000,000 times better than you. You're selfish, fake, heartless. Besides money, you've got nothing. As a spoiled princess, she'd never been called out like that. Alex, one last chance, remarry me? My face stayed cold. Even begging, she acted like charity. Laughable. Emily, hear this. I won't remarry you. She shrugged it off. Don't think I don't know you're waiting for me. Who else would want a broke nobody like you? Before she finished, Sarah grabbed the wine glass and splashed her. You bitch. Emily's eyes widened, soaked. You splashed me. Sarah didn't reply. Grab another glass, splashed again. Emily lost it, lunged, yanked Sarah's hair. Sarah fought back, grabbed Emily's. Worried Emily'd retaliate later, I pulled them apart. Emily thought I was protecting her. I sneered. Protect you? You deserve it. Hell no. Then I grabbed Sarah and left. Outside, seeing her messy hair, I felt guilty. Sarah, sorry. She combed it, shook her head, no biggie. I hung my head quiet. Sarah comforted. If she harasses you again, tell me. I'll splash her more. I laughed. She did too. Emily wasn't done, chased to my house. Started her act again, knelt at the door, said if I didn't forgive, she'd stay kneeling. I knew she had no real feelings for me. All fake. So I grabbed a broom, shoot her off. She stormed away, furious. I was stoked to have her gone, but then Mom fainted. Rushed her to the hospital. Tests showed kidney failure. Before I could process, heard surgery'd cost $50,000, like a bolt from the blue. I didn't have $50K, but without it, what about Mom? I broke down in the hall, looked up, Emily there? Alex, agree to be with me. I'll give you the $50,000. I tensed, silent. She pressed. Don't you want to save your mom? Despair hit hard. I didn't want to cave, but Mom needed that money bad. My lips moved, about to speak when someone called out. Turned, Sarah running over. Don't agree. I've got the $50K. Emily's face twisted. You again. Sarah shoved her aside, grabbed my hand. Come on, let's pay the bill. Like that. Sarah covered Mom's fees. I was touched. I'll pay you back. She smiled. Repay or not. No worries. Auntie's health first. Emily, seeing the problem solved, flipped out, threatened to shut down our studio. Then she started sabotaging, no clients coming in. With her pull, crushing a small studio was easy. I knew her game, forcing me to beg. No way I'd fold, but felt bad dragging the studio down. I told Sarah, she's after me, maybe I quit. If I left, she'd back off. Sarah shook her head, soothed. It's fine. This studio was for you anyway. If it folds, it folds. I blinked, what? Sarah looked awkward but spilled everything. She'd crushed on me since high school, too shy to confess. Heard from classmates I'm married. If I was happy, she'd stay away forever. Recently learned I divorced. Decided to face her feelings. Knew I loved design, opened the studio, called me for interview. If not for Emily's bullying, she wouldn't have told, no pressure on me. After, she looked at quiet me, smiled easy. Loving you's my choice, no burden on you. Paused, added, we'll figure the studio, don't worry. In the end, as she turned to go, I grabbed her arm. Sarah, we'll fight to save the studio. As for us, let me think it over, okay? She looked at me, nodded. Saving the studio wasn't just business. It was our dreams, too. But I was naive. We were on the brink of closing. Emily was ruthless. Just as we hit rock bottom, a turnaround, a past client, a big shot millionaire, loved my designs, hooked me up with more wealthy folks. I jumped at it. Knew hard work pays off. Emily's reach had limits, no matter her power. Plus, word was her family had issues. Her dad in the hospital, she was swamped, stopped bothering me. Meanwhile, Sarah and I got together. The studio blew up, business booming. I became a top designer. Clients requested me by name. Soon, I hit my goal, bought my first house, moved Mom in. 3 years later, Sarah and I turned it into a full company. That day, I proposed. Sarah, will you marry me? She cried buckets. Shaky hand pulled out an old pencil I'd given her back in school. She kept it all these years. I hugged her tight. Real love's always sincere, not half-assed. With Sarah, I felt secure, grounded. Her folks didn't judge my divorce, treated me like their own son. Later, at a reunion with old coworkers, I heard Emily gossip. Turns out she wasn't the real Harper heiress, switched at birth. Her bio mom was the family's maid. When the elders found out, they kicked them out furious. Emily went from penthouse to pavement, became the city's joke, scraping by poor. To survive, she waitressed at a diner for real this time.